Yo, 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 what's good? Welcome to the No Main Topic Show. This your man, Coquito King of New York. All right, this show is no main topic, no bleep buttons, no edits, none of that. You know, we keep it fresh from political to the mystical. We don't bullshit you here. Shout out to S.STREET Media and the good brothers Math and Sosa. Opportunity is greatly appreciated. We got a lot going on in the world right now. So much is happening, and it took a lot for me to come here and try to figure out what to really speak on, you know what I'm saying? Speaking on what matters, what should matter, how people feel, all sort of stuff. It's difficult to get it all out there, but we're gonna work it out. You already know what it is. It's been going on for weeks now. Got clothing designers being disrespectful, Gucci especially. Now you got a few others and walk down the runway, put a noose around the neck, and they talking about this for suicide, but you know black folks ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? We got, of course, you got Trump all day long, something he always doing. Then you got all these different celebrities and speaking on Gucci, like Floyd Mayweather. We got Steve Harvey, Monique going back and forth. And, of course, the piece de resistance, your boy from Empire, Jussie Smollett, and that whole predicament, right? So we're going to go one at a time because it's a lot to digest, you feel what I'm saying? Me personally, with everything, you know, at some point, you got to wisen up and realize that 99% of this shit is a distraction. You see what I'm saying? And I think we're all kind of aware that it is. And for those who aren't, get with it, hopefully. But just to expound on some of this, you know, for the sake of this show and everything that, you know, is holy, right? Speaking on one of these things that I find is disturbing is with Gucci, right? For years, you've heard designers talk about how they don't particularly care for black people wearing their shit. Timberland did it in the early 90s, in the early 80s, mid 80s and all that. Carhartt even said it. You know what I'm saying? Then along came Carl Kanai, shut the whole game down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guy Carl Kanai. You know what I'm saying? And for years, you've heard them say this. Even in the early 2000s, Chris Starr said, we don't want them people drinking our drinks. So Jay-Z started putting them in the rhymes. Stop drinking them, stop supporting them. And then they kind of fucked them up. And I mean, and this has always been the thing with them. That they don't want their brand to be, even with Ciroc with Puffy. They even mentioned they didn't want him doing too many Ciroc ads. Much as he drink this shit. All right, whatever. It's not anything new. It's just more in your face now because of social media. And that's your design of social media, to put it right in your face. You know what I'm saying? But how we responded to it, to me, is getting to be a little disturbing, right? I go back and forth social media all day. I be trolling. I do my thing. You know, it's entertainment for me, man. I'm an AOL 2.0 kid. Some of y'all don't know what that is. Ask your moms. All right? Or ask somebody a little bit older. Ask them what that is. So a lot of this yakking back and forth and leaving comments is not completely in the realm of real to me. Like how I might be talking like this, or I'm talking to somebody in the background. It's not real, right, like that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't particularly take it like that, especially with my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, we seeing each other, know each other, so the comments back and forth, the ideas, their feelings, you know, and this is some really egregious shit. If it ain't got much to do with you, then let it slide, man, you know, because some things are just bigger. You know, no matter what you might stand for and all this other stuff, you know, people you know is a little bit bigger than that. You know what I mean? But to me, it really, it's more like, okay, Gucci made the turtleneck with the black mouth, and of course, you know, it looked like blackface. It looks terrible, all right? So everybody said, let's boycott, right? So what's the boycott about? You know, normally you boycott something, it's a way to take your resources away from something so that you could build something better with those saved resources, right? It's basically saving money, you know, because you're dissatisfied with the company and their product, how they're not talking for you, how they're disrespecting you, right? Like the boycott, the most famous one of all that you might know about, the boycott, the bus company down in Alabama during Martin Luther King days, right? That boycott didn't last a few minutes. That lasted 3 years. 3 years. Black folks stopped putting their money in that bus. 3 whole years. They stopped doing that. All right, what was the outcome? I don't honestly know. I'll look it up, I guess, but I'm pretty sure back then when people were more smart about their money and better with it, it made a great big difference probably in the community. More money going back to maybe agriculture. I'm not really sure what happened. I'll look that up for my own purposes. I'm not here to give all this history lesson, all right? Now, when we got to the purpose of it, right? The money that you're not going to spend with them, what you doing with it? Real good question. What are you doing with that money you're not spending with them? What exactly is that going towards, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you what it should do, all the rest of that, because we are all our own individuals. We got our own bag to deal with at the end of the day, even if we in a family in the house. Everybody in there got their own thing to deal with, and maybe they come together, maybe not. So I can't tell you what you should do with it, but I'm asking, like, what is it really for, right? And, you know, we move on to the next one, right? Say Trump. What hasn't this man done to piss somebody off, right? He's doing what he's doing. He's not the best person to be president. We all understand this. But at the same time, you know, what are you doing about bridging some of them gaps? You sitting there whining about what he's doing, or are you taking a little bit of action on your end? You know, we all can't go to Washington and talk big shit up on the podium like Dr. King did. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Dr. King. It wasn't like big shit, but you know what I mean by that. So what are you doing on the local level to help, you know, deal with that? What's happening with you, right? That's a real good question. Now we talk about Money Mayweather. He made a statement, I'm not a follower, I do what I want to live my life. He knows that racism is real, but him buying Gucci don't make a break to run the show, and this is true, okay? Steve Harvey with Monique, right? The whole who's a sellout thing, who's a coon, who's this, why didn't they pay her, blah, 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 all right? We're going to get into the two criminals later. You know what I'm talking about, Kells and Smollett. Yeah, that's a criminal, bitch. You know it is, all right? Cut the bullshit, all right? I'm talking the dumb shit about the PD, though. Oh, you believe them now. Get the fuck out of here. That boy lied. Here, like only a light-skinned nigga could, lied. All right? Cut the bullshit. But back to Gucci, right? Does the money that you're saving, was it worth the boycott? Decent question, right? I never wore Gucci. I haven't had a Gucci thing in my entire life. I don't desire to have it. You know, I've lived without it. It's whatever. I don't give a shit, right? But if it's such a problem, right, how do we get to the point where we are diminishing other black people's blackness because they don't want to do what we trying to do? Like, you know, Farrakhan got a lot of money. Y'all never tell him any of that shit. Bill Cosby said, oh, fuck that nigga. Dr. Huxtable say, you just turned the channel. So we all got our own little filters of how we deal with things. And I'm not saying that you're wrong for it, but for anybody black to make the complaint about how we getting disrespected and tell the birds the nigga next to you, oh, you ain't black enough, fuck you, you were cool, this and that. Really? Where'd you learn that from? Wasn't them great old Africans that ran that, they didn't do any of that to you. Where'd you learn that destructive behavior from? To de-niggerize another nigga, nigga. Where'd you learn that from? When did you get the cashier to remove that from them? About this, about these big money crackers. Making fun of you. You're not catching this? Okay. I hope you caught that. Seriously. Like, and then also too, is any of this attention worth your time? Let's be honest. How much time are you spending worrying about Gucci and all that big money? And Trump and Mayweather and Harvey and Monique, and even R. Kelly and Jussie Smollett. There's a lot of money attached to these names. And I promise you that people with money, not reading that far into it. They got their own thing to worry about. People on the hustle and grind, word, R. Kelly turned himself in? Oh, I didn't know. All right, they ain't worried about that. Time we call this Asian motherfucker a chink or some other crazy shit, that registers to him as American idiocy. He don't take it as he's not offended by that. Bitch, I own your whole block. You just bought pork fried rice from me last night. I'd be your chink. You definitely gonna be my nigga with that money and them food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing with all of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, your time could be spent doing something else. I will say what you could do. You could try to conceptualize a business. Everybody with an opinion got a talent. What are you good at doing? How can you monetize that? How can you teach your younger brothers and sisters, and I don't mean like just the general black kids, your brothers and your sisters, how this is done? If this isn't a thing in your family, how can you be the first person to get that started? That's an idea. You know, it's a wonderful idea. Especially to see all this shit to complain about how it's not right. Yeah, see what you can do to fix that. You ain't got to kiss nobody's ass for it. It's going to take you get a plan together and get it rolling. It's never easy, but nothing worth doing usually is. You feel what I'm saying? And then you know the comparing of everything. Well, when they do and that shit is a complete and utter waste of time, because once again it just furthers you down the rabbit hole, which is a big old fucking distraction, because you're not paying attention to writing on the walls when you're down. You're just falling in it. You're not worried about what's happening for real. You looking around to make sure other niggas can see you acting accordingly, so they don't take your nigga car from you. Like, is that what you really wanted to be about? I still got my nigga card. We all got nigga cards. Like, it wasn't niggas that gave it to us. Like that to me makes no sense, none whatsoever. It just, to me, it's just completely backwards. It's completely fucking stupid, right? Okay, so we move on to Trump. All right, the man, the effective shutdown, whatever the fuck it is he done did, and blah, 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 blah. This motherfucker do something every single fucking day. Listen, get that dude out your fucking mouth too, man. Like, come on. Y'all, and all y'all really proving is, y'all all dropped the ball on Barack Obama. Trump is getting more attention than your own favorite Negro president. Oh, Barack, my president, you a goddamn lie. Barack ain't your president. Barack was your nigga. Like that TV show Black Jesus that came on Adult Swim. That's a mad representation of Jesus. Like, no, it's not. That's how you niggas saw that dude. Just like that. Gee, my Jesus got a fucking do-rag, son. Fuck that. It's true. That's what that was. How niggas see Jesus. Of course, it's offensive now. And the fact that he's not fucking Christian Borgia really is a problem, isn't it? But that's what y'all niggas do. Not a problem. You know, we could sit there and say, you condition, you brainwash, even my conditioning got conditioning. We could sit there and cite all of these things, B. We could turn on the 13 documentary. We could turn on some Hidden Colors, and I can call up Dr. Small and Dr. Jeffries and get it going. We could stir up the whole shit. What are we doing with it, though? I'm worried about Donald Trump? This motherfucker's made of money. Like, stop bitching. Stop being a little pack of fucking haters, too. He's only rich because his dad gave him $1 million. Why are you mad about that? But if you could believe in your heart of hearts, T'Challa would be real, wouldn't he? All that money, all that vibranium, knock it off, motherfucker. Stop hating on the motherfucker because his daddy left him some fucking money. Someone left Master P $10,000 fucking dollars, and look at who the fuck he is now. How much you leaving your children? What they say? It's 10:36 p.m. Do they have a life insurance policy? Like, don't cackle, B. My great-grandmother just passed away. God rest Nanny's soul. Left us a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but we thinking of a master plan with this little bit of change. As we should. We got land in Texas we never knew about, family that we never knew about. We got to make this little shit work. We got to go to work still. You know? There's something to do with your time, right? And like, you already know me. I'm the Republican. Say what you want to say. You know why I'm the fucking Republican, because you commit a fucking 10-year crime in a republic that give you 5 years to make it up. In democracy, all the motherfuckers that claim to love you voted for your ass to stay in jail for 10 whole motherfucking years. That's a democracy versus a republic for your ass. Look it up. Say what you want to say. All right? So, yeah, I'm that kind of Republican man. That's right. Not this rhino bullshit. That Republican in name only, that's some niggas you hate. The motherfuckers that kept Barack Obama getting beat up in the wrestling ring for 8 years with no referee. Y'all didn't even come to his fucking rescue. Y'all went to the midterm elections for fucking Donald Trump. Ugh. What a fucking waste of time that was. Now you got socialist nut jobs in there saying crazy shit. Like, somebody tell the girl to keep quiet for a minute. Let me get her facts straight. 5 minutes in office, she done lost her fucking mind. All right? Ocasio. God bless you, girl, but you got to get it together. You like the Democratic George W. Bush, just saying wild shit. Hope you're glad you don't ever say misunderestimate or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and once again, is this really worth your time? I'm not worrying about this dude. Is it really? All right? Now, Here goes something I prefer to talk about because these are black folks with money discussing money things, right? This is important when it comes to business. S.STREET Media just held their first business seminar a few days ago here at 1639, and you should take advantage of it. Anywhere you see they're giving financial literacy courses, no matter how much they cost, as long as they ain't breaking your pocket, sit your ass there with a pen and pad and learn something. Because anytime you go there, you might learn something you didn't know before. But more often than not, it's a lot of repetition. It's called reps. You know, that's how you build a champion, with reps. Okay? Get that under your belt because it's necessary, especially when you want to talk about guys like Floyd Mayweather, Steve Harvey, and Monique and the rest. When you want to expound upon them and not understanding where their focus ought to be, you know, somebody there wasn't focused, you know. I won't point no elbows to her name, but she ain't focused, right? Money Mayweather said real simple. I know there's racism in the world, and black lives do matter. Like my life matters, and I'm not a follower. I'm not going to sit here and waste time worrying about racist shit when I'm worth over I'm worth over almost several $1 billion. I don't have the time to waste. I have no business involving myself in this. That means none of this turns a dollar for me. None of this makes sure that a dollar keeps rolling in my family before it leaves the fucking mansion. None of these things pertain to me. I have bigger fish to fry. I have better things to do, and I'm sorry if it ain't trying to be poor right along with you and your poor fucking thinking. Sorry. I'm black as you, but I'm not black like you. Y'all got to understand something, black folks. We are some different ass people when it comes down to it. Your own house teaches you that, man. We are all very different people, and we keep on letting these powers that be tell us that we got to all stick together, all be the same. We're not built like that. We're not. We're very special people who do different ass shit. Our differences are our strengths. Have you not figured this out yet? We was different than the rest of the world doing our own things. Everybody had their own trade given to the whole fucking community. So everyone did something different, not the same fucking thing. Okay, what they did, they burned the whole thing down. Left you in piles on the corner, left you in dead piles on the street corner. Peep that game. Dead piles of niggas on the street corners. Peep that game, okay? You keep mimicking the history here. Pay attention to what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about a mathematical cipher where we all stand in threes or in triangles, squares, and circles. We're not talking about that. Pile of deadness on the corner. Y'all know what the fuck that was. All right? Just keep it 100 with yourself. Don't tell yourself no bullshit. But at the end of all of that, where is any of that shit ending up that's positive? You know what I'm saying? Where is it ending up with there's money in your pockets, money in your bank, a better incentive for the next 5 minutes, let alone tomorrow? You know, kids walking down the street talking about money, pulling their money together so they can go buy a few sandwiches to go feed the homeless, the dude down there that you really got nowhere to live or something like that. Where is any of that going on? So maybe the babies might inspire that man to look at these children thinking so well. How could I not? Where were you with your compassion? Begging you wanted from the white daddy that kept cracking with a fucking whip, with a fucking head with a goddamn whip, and then talk to you or turn around to your own fucking person and doing worse than that. Oh, you ain't fucking with us. You ain't black. Word? You could deniggerize me? Fuck you, nigga. It's that simple. It really is that fucking simple. And y'all ain't catching this shit. And if you are, you probably like me, you know, stay quiet with it because most of the dummies around you don't want to hear that shit. And come in here and say your piece on your outlet. You know what I mean? Losing friends on Facebook, losing friends in real life, whatever. Whatever. It's called growth. So I'm talking about these money motherfuckers, man. It's called growth, and you do it through reps. Okay? You develop good habits. Habits are habits. Make good ones. Fuck a bad one. Habits something you just keep on doing. Like, you know how you take a shit and wash your ass, wipe your ass, right? If you smart, you got some wipes with you so there don't be no stains in your drawers. You do got a habit. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth, say your prayers, put your shoe under the bed so you could get on your knees and reach way under there for them shit. Habits. That's how them motherfuckers get rich. They got a habit. You know what I'm saying? They got a fucking habit. Right? So at the end of that, you dealing with Floyd that says, I'm not fucking with this, I'm not doing that. Oh, he's a coon. He's this, he's that. Why? Because he won't give your broke ass his money? Everybody got into this right here. Floyd Mayweather, Steve Harvey, and Monique came to the hood and gave every last cent they got. They will be 1/10 of that rich by the next day, if not the next month. Give it some time to add up. And y'all be broke us out of it in under a year. Reparations, they're talking about 3-4 trillion. That's only 300,000 per person. That might not, that's not enough. What? 300 grand for me from the government? Give it here. And my house have to get washed away in some storm? Give it here. Fuck, I look like to you. What? 300 grand? Or watch me gentrify that fucking neighborhood. Buy this, buy that. You know what I'm saying? Recruited lieutenant with ludicrous dream of getting cream. Let's do this. Too young for that line. It gets TDS. So I keep when I open like CBS, you see me stressed, right? Watch me live. 300 grand? You buy that fucking neighborhood. Are you crazy? All my smart friends will buy that whole bitch up. It won't not one white face be on the fucking face of ownership. But you know what? You're going to pay that rent, motherfucker. That's what you going to do. The 3 little apartments in the building, that's for Section 8, is for senior citizens only because they fucking earned it. Your ass going to work here. Or pick up that broom, sweep the fucking neighborhood up since you want to call it yours. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the idea need to be. So when this man said he ain't fucking with it, you don't want to fuck with him, that's understandable. But at the end of the day, because he's not fucking with it, he's more focused on his money, his brand, his product. That's what he's more focused on. He got better things to do. I'm going to jump with Steve Harvey and Monique real fast because this is another money issue. All right? Cat Williams already broke it down for you in that interview where he had to get all over that fat bitch talking stupid shit. He broke it down for you. Monique sold 312 tickets before she came to Netflix about some special, and they said, okay, we'll give you 1,000 per ticket. So 312,000. That's the deal. She made it about the white girl was getting more, da-da-da-da. I don't got the numbers on what Amy Schumer sold. Like, I see her differently. She funny-ish. She want that chubby white chick you wanted to fuck when you was in school. Like, all right, yeah, I get it. Like, that's it. She funny, all right. She good in the movie. I won't sit there and listen to her like I listen to Monique. I won't do it. But how many tickets did she sell? I ain't even got the numbers for that because I'm not even concerned about that. You got what you got because of Netflix, that's the way they roll. Cat ended up getting 2.4 because he's covered up half a fucking stadium. We ain't bitch about Cat getting all that money because, he sold them tickets. You feel what I'm saying? And he brought up to Tiffany Haddish because it was the understanding that for you to understand how they value skin color in this game. Because she's not good at telling jokes to keep you laughing. Cat could go out there and tell that same motherfucking joke and you will laugh your ass off because it's funny. And it'll change this and that. She's not that good at that. She's still that goofy black girl in the movie that say the dumb shit. All right? And she's brighter than that. But that's not going to happen for right now. He broke that down. Say what you want about him, too. Oh, he's a hater. Nah, that nigga Cat come up right after the super shit, after the dust settled with the craziness. Everything he say come out to be so. When niggas thought, why did he rush the security on that stage knowing damn well he about half the size of any motherfucker, it was about respect. Now, he lost that one completely like he lost with a little 17-year-old boy, but he going to go for his when he feel he being attacked. Like y'all niggas claim to be about. So when Beanie cleared it up about how he drove the bet that he lost from Atlanta to fucking Philadelphia because he's good like that, y'all just shut the fuck up, didn't you? Now you know what he said? Speculation talk over. Nigga did this. Cat is a real dude. He got bread. He lost that car game and drove my car up to me. How could you not trust this dude's word? Oh, they got him in jail looking crazy. Your whole uncle look crazy. You won't believe his jail stories, all right? Because you don't want to go to jail. That nigga's not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? So these people talking about all this money and everything, and y'all not paying attention to how they getting it, how they earning it. You rather call Steve Harvey a coon because, he had been a sellout. He had been, word? So Jordan wasn't a sellout. What you wearing is you killing yourself for his fucking sneakers. He didn't sell out. Sold the whole fucking United Center out every time he played. You got them S. Carters for your fucking girl. Who's that? That's Jay-Z. That's not Beyonce sneaker. Okay? Like, you fuck with sellouts too. You fuck with sellouts all day. How you picking and choosing? How Farrakhan become the bad guy when him and Bill Cosby saying the same fucking shit? O.J. Simpson came out, when he first came out, fuck his first black wife. When he first hit the scene as a ball player, y'all didn't like him because he came out of California. Out of a white established neighborhood in California where they didn't mind some hard-working black folks. They didn't call him colored, okay? Jim Brown was that brother, Southern dude, black power. one of the first brothers to have a lawyer negotiate his contract in the NFL. Of course, he's a big time hero. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all really let OJ know, nigga, we ain't supporting your white funded ass. You told, once again, you deniggerized another black man in front of the whole world who was equally as good as Jim Brown. So when y'all told him you wasn't fucking with him, not none, he wasn't here kissing your fucking ass about it? That's why he said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay? When I ran them fucking yards away, y'all didn't support me none. Y'all didn't support me none whatsoever. Y'all shitted on me every chance you got because it seemed like I came from something white. Y'all gotta mind how y'all do that to black people. I'm guilty of it. I talk the big shit. I can admit that I've made that mistake and I can apologize for it. Some of y'all won't. You refuse to. But let it happen to your unimportant and insignificant ass. Now you somebody. You done found the steam to stand up for yourself once a motherfucker done put something else on top of your fucking head again. Not trying to pray to get ahead, none of that. You wait till you get knocked upside your fucking head. So when she made this complaint about the whole money, then she went and tell Lee Daniels or Oprah suck my dick. Seriously? I mean, don't get me wrong, I laugh because my thing is I figured that's the ultimate joke. Like, I want to fuck Michelle Obama. Oh my God. I had to get up and walk out. I said, they're going to tackle that motherfucker on the floor. But more than likely, Eddie told him, Barack, I'm going to tell a joke about your wife. She know it, but you don't yet. So you can't jump about that seat and fuck me up. I want to fuck Michelle Obama. Who the hell could say that about Michelle Obama and that not be taken as an offensive thing? That was a complete joke told by Eddie Griffin. It was fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't call Eddie no fucking sellout. Eddie to make more money than most motherfuckers. You won't dare call Samuel Jackson a fucking sellout. You won't call that nigga that shit because you believe he John Shaft, don't you? You believe that's Jules motherfucking Winfield, don't you? You believe all of that shit. That nigga like 80. You believe he'll go upside your fucking head and get away with it. You know you believe that shit. So, y'all got to really pick what you're looking at, man. And understand that when these things go on, then you call it what you want. It's something bigger, something less. When they talking about this money deal, okay, pay attention to what they talking about. Steve Harvey made it. He said it toward the end of that little fight. The best way to help poor people is to not be one of them. Now, he said he a coon. When Jay-Z said, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. Oh, that was a great song. What are y'all doing? It's not about the black and white. It's the money game. And you can't cuss these people out. Lee Daniels is an awesome fucking writer. He got shit for years. Picture the stuff you seeing now, the butler and all this. Picture that was his B work, right? Picture that. And it gives some sense to how they said they might have wrote that boy at the show while you acting like a fucking fool. We're going to get to that in a minute, though. Lee Daniels is credible. Oprah gave that band this stamp a long time ago. Oprah's credible. These are some of these folks you really ought not talk about. I'm not big on Oprah. I've said things about her before, but I would never come out and be so utterly disrespectful. Like, even with that hamburger shit at the White House, I probably wouldn't have ate no burgers, but I'd have sure stood next to the president of the United States and took a fucking picture. At that point, it's not Donald Trump. It's me as a young athlete with the president of the United States. I wouldn't even put Trump under the picture. You know who the fuck it is. I'm with the president. Like, y'all shat on K. Michelle for singing at the fucking White House. Do you have any idea what an honor it is to sing at the White House? To sing at any dignitary's home? That's like singing at Buckingham Palace, bro. It's like singing for the Shah at Taj Mahal. That's a big deal. And it furthers your career. All right? Here it is. You got fucking Cardi B with the bullshit. Oh, I'm not doing Super Bowl, but you do a Super Bowl commercial. The best one out there. Word? You and Little John and Steve Carell, y'all ain't get no money from that? Get the fuck out of here. Super Bowl money, bitch. Stop lying. For what culture? What you did it for? Motherfuckers in the Bronx? Did it for my district, which is the most fucked up. All them, the shelter kids that's all from over the fucking place and can't get a beat on life in school. You did it for them? At least Fat Joe came through and said, if y'all get good grades, I'll give you some sneakers. Which is not going to happen. Sorry, Joe, you got duped. All right? What'd you do? And y'all follow this bullshit. Do whatever fuck y'all want to, like, make these motherfuckers bigger than what they need to be. And I get it's your opinion, your feelings. I'm not telling you that you dead ass wrong for it, but don't put yourself in the lane and talking about what could be done and you doing that. Maybe you don't know what could be done. Ask a motherfucker. Ask Steve because he got money. I wouldn't listen to Steve about no relationships because I feel like you're not the one for that with your little gangstress with you. Like, you know her story. We know her story. With all due respect, I'm not listening to you about that. But life and money, oh, that man got it down. He do. He got it right down. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break, a little music break, and we're going to get back to the fracas in a minute. I love y'all dearly. See you in a moment. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beat, all we back. It's the No Main Topic Show with the Coquito King in New York. That's Coquito _King _NY Instagram. Look me up. Get your prices going. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about what you need. I deliver in all 5 boroughs and the vicinity. Once again, Coquito King in New York. That's me. Holla back. Uh, yeah, a lot. So much is happening right now. But one of the things I wanted to speak about is how important financial literacy is and education is in the community. I talk about this a lot, and it's one of the reasons why I enjoy this platform because a lot of people are dealing with this in ways that is either working or it's not working, right? And as I said before, I made a statement about repetition and habits, right? When you're dealing with financial literacy, one of the main things you have to understand is that you have to discipline yourself not to more often than to do. And what that means is you got to make sure your thoughts are right. You got to make sure your plan is sound. Always, you see people who are taking notes consistently. That's one of the habits you got to develop. Anything you do from 128 days does become a habit. You know what I'm saying? Anything you do, whether it be negative or positive, that's one of the keys to winning when it comes to business and financial literacy. Also, you have to have a very open mind. You have to be coachable. What coachable means is you got to be open to new ideas. You have to be able to follow instructions and put yourself in places you really haven't been before. One of the main things that successful people do is consistently put themselves outside of their comfort zone because you hear this a lot like it's a cliche, but nothing grows in the comfort zone. It just doesn't. I spoke on Steve Harvey and Monique before, and I brought them up in, Floyd Mayweather because these are prominent black people who have millions upon millions, and they've only been that successful because they follow a model. You know, every punch is Floyd's business, every joke is T's business, and Monique's business. Okay, every scene done is Denzel's business. Denzel be selling them scenes to make you believe it. You see what I'm saying? And that's all through work and consistency and believing in yourself. You might hear these people talk about owning your dreams and everything. You might hear this 100 million times the same way from the same people, but it is the biggest truth in the world. And sometimes I learn that people can get frustrated when they're trying to become a part of these things like network marketing companies or money looms. And one of the main things they have a hard time doing is convincing people who were in the same situation that this could help them, right? Sometimes you're not going to be able to. The best you can do is just, give a few sentences, see what they say, and then move on to the next person. There's always somebody looking for an opportunity. You just have to be able to, put forth enough little fortitude and deal with it. It could be one day you don't have anything biting. Next day, 3, 4, 5 in a row come. It's just like that sometimes. You have to be strong. You have to be steady. You got to stay motivated when it comes to making financial literacy and financial plans work. You don't have to necessarily come up with $1 million idea, right? You do the 10 times method. Something that costs $10, how fast can you make that 100? You got to do that 10 times, right? Now, here it is, you got $100. And now, what did it take you to get to $100? Okay, do that 10 times. Now you got 1,000. What did it take to get to 1,000? Do that 10 times. Now you got 10,000. And you listen to the math and go, yeah, but it's just more than that. It's more than just 10 steps. Yes, those first 10, the second 10, and the third 10 got to be done 10 times. That's just the way it is. And it's about reps. It's about staying motivated. It's about keeping people around you who are going to keep you motivated and push you. You see what I'm saying? More often than not, our families know us. They know how we smell. They know what we really feel. They know all the things about us. So if we come up with an idea to take some more out of the comfort zone, they look at us like, I'm not really sure. Especially with poor people. It's always like that with poor people. And I think it's very important that people understand what this is because every individual has their own level of greatness. And they always can bring something to the table if they are in the business of honing their greatness, either through their business or through their habits or through their associates. They always have something to give. And that's the kind of people you want to keep around you. All right? And it could be several dozen people keep that around you, a little circle where you meet up and you have your meetings and everything, you discuss plans and all that. Hopefully it's within your family. Hopefully it really is, because those kind of families are very rare, or they always run by some one person that don't always have it right. They got old ideas from many years ago that don't work now. Let's hope that that's a thing of the past and that we can all get around to listening to one another and respecting the fact that we all got something to give, and encouraging people to be better about that. That's how these people are winning. This is why they have a thinking that says, I'm not going to be a follower, or I'm not going to do that. Like, I have better things to worry about. One of the biggest compliments somebody can give you is, yo, mind your business. See, we look at it like, you telling me to fuck off or this and that, and maybe so. But when they say mind your business, okay, my business, my business. Is there any money in this argument? Nope. Yes, I got business over here. Let me go mind that. You right. Thank you. You reminded me I got things to do. Pure compliment. But most of us have been taught that that's a disrespectful thing. It's a push off and everything. So how you look at certain things. Like, I just started using black seed oil, the nastiest shit in the world. The aftertaste is ridiculous. But I tell you what, this whole winter I ain't been sick. Whole winter my son ain't been sick. All the kids in daycares, greeny ass noses, none of that with him. Nasty shit, but it helps out. So how I outfit my mind is, okay, I gotta take my black seed oil, not eat the black seed oil. Because you take Tylenol, but do you snack on that shit like fucking mint? No, you don't. It's nasty. You take Tylenol. And I apply this to certain foods I might not want to eat that are beneficial, like durian, nasty, smelly shit. I take durian. I don't eat that. I take it. See the difference? And that's how you begin to outfit the mind to see things from a more positive, open light, and you can adapt yourself and apply yourself to what you learn in any financial literacy course, no matter who it is, whether it be Steve Harvey, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, anyone, okay? G Math, Sosa, they got this thing down too. And they're always loving to learn as they go. That's why I fucks with them. And that's another thing. Really learn as you go, being humble to the experiences, okay? I learned to do this, to do that. I definitely learned not to do this. That's all a part of it. Like I said, I brought them up because they're black, they're prominent, they fit into what I'm kind of speaking about, what's happening in the media with everything, with this guy lying about what happened to him. And, I'm just making this so that there's a silver lining in this cloud, more than just the rigmarole that we're on. There's something bigger to look at, especially with the better examples of this. Like I said, Steve is positive. You never hear negative black stuff come out of Floyd's mouth, but the same rappers who called him a coon, glorified his shit, and they walk like villains and all this other tough ass stuff. Floyd doesn't do that. So you got to give him that much. He's minding his business. But see, the other guy's business is to sell you on bullshit. If you don't buy it, you're not gonna take it. Jay-Z told you right to your face, this is the ignorant shit you like. Nigga, fuck, shit, ass, bitch, trick plus ice. Gave it to you when you bought it. All right? American Gangster did real good. Oh, for that song. So I think it's very important that if you're going to speak on these issues as if something about everyone's blackness is, then they owe it to this certain cause to be this way, you got to be the biggest and best part of that. Okay? I'm getting to this Jussie Smollett thing right now just so we can get kind of past it. I was on the Real Game Show with J-Lo a few weeks ago. We talked about how we thought it was all bullshit. We didn't really get that far into it because nothing really had happened just yet. All that was police said during that time a few weeks ago is that they're looking at him as a suspect. He's a total victim. And I really hope it hadn't happened. I hope more like maybe he did do the bullshit because like, wow, why would you want that to happen to somebody? That's my thinking also. I love that word, alleged. I really hope it didn't happen. Hope something else occurred. Hope whatever it is. And sure enough, it was staged, and he didn't get beat up. Hooray. But here goes the next problem with that, right? And my biggest thing is right now what gets me upset is people are caping for him like, oh, this is a bigger, sinister plot. Why do you believe the police all of a sudden? And I honestly don't think that he made it bad for black people. I don't think he made it bad for gay people. He's made it bad for himself. He made it harder for people to now come forward and say what might have happened to them. But we go over some of the facts in this case. Okay, you get a letter the week before saying that they're going to kill you, did all this other shit, right? You shooting in Chicago, and you have to have this Subway sandwich at 2 o'clock in the morning. You must. You're in there just being the best vegan you could be, but you want a piece of meat. All right, let's go get a sandwich. And with no security. Really? Your ass, no security? Okay. That makes sense, right? 2 o'clock in the morning, downtown Chicago, and you no security? All right, no problem. We was hungry. And now these men, they happened upon you, they descended upon you, and they jumped all over you. They took your sandwich and threw it out down the block. You was corny, right? You're not eating that, boy. This is MAGA country now. They put a rope around your neck, and then they poured bleach in your face, so your hair didn't change no color, nigga. All right? And all this happened, and then you got on TV and said you fought them off. It didn't seem like that really happened, but, let's see what happened. Now, up until 3 days before it all fell apart for you, for Jussie, the police said, we once again want to reiterate that Mr. Smollett is not an interest in this case. They believed you until they seen the Nigerian boys buy that shit on the camera in the store. Then caught them on the plane coming back from their home country. I guess they went and cashed a check over there for more money. Right? The exchange rate must be fucking awesome, right? I don't know how Nigerian money works. And they questioned them. And here's the part people get me pissed off. Now you believe the police. Of course the police squeezed them. We just figured out that you two black guys attacked this other black guy. Do you know what you just did? And this is them might be talking to Nigerian guys. Do you know what you did just now? You being black haven't done this? You know what you orchestrated? And of course they foreign. No, it was Jesse. They gave him up. And then the clues started putting together, and 3 days later, oh, here it is. You now are an interest because they said that you did it. And people are caping. There's no way that happened, this and that. The PD could have faked it. And like I said, the nail in the coffin was those two guys buying the red hats, the wavy white hair and the mask in the store. Both of them together. The other nail was finding in the house where they was living, all right there, the bleach, everything all in one spot. Like, y'all are actors on TV. Y'all don't watch no Law and Order. Y'all know to get rid of this shit. Y'all could have poured the bleach down the fucking drain and threw the bottle away. You could have did all that shit and burnt. None of that. You see what I'm saying? And that right there made no sense, but let's follow the trail of evidence. Y'all did that. So, being that we wouldn't think that who the hell would ever orchestrate this, and now he goes back to the actor, and you went on TV and got all the sympathy. People jumped up and said Trump's trying to start a race war because of what happened to you. And, it's just, to me, it's more like, why are people trying to cape for this dude when the evidence is right there? Why all of a sudden as a police liars? They lied about Laquan Kennedy. They lied till the video came out, them shooting him walking away. All right? And it's fucked up what they did. But they didn't if people say that the police went hard, no, it was a whole month worth of investigation. Really to wait till they came back from Nigeria, and that was it. Got them and boom, 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 whatever led to them, and that was it. How are you trying to say that this was all a big setup? It just is silly. And then want to compare all the white people that got away. I want to say this to black people. You got to start having some respect for this legal system. I know that sounds wild, crazy come out of my mouth. But what I mean by that is this. When the cops get a hold of you, and the first thing they tell you is, you got the right to remain silent. That's the only right you have. Shut the fuck up. When federal prosecutors say be quiet, they mean that. Be quiet. You got to let it go. Shorten this whole shit up, right? Because I'm not going to stay in it too long. There's more things to talk about. What he did was incorrect, and it made himself look bad. I'm not going to say it made gays and blacks look bad. It made himself look bad. It wasted the judicial system's time, and when many more murders could have been solved, it did all of these things, completely ass backwards thing, right? We got to take a closer look at the legal system and what it is versus what it ought to be. When they say alleged, that means we're not sure yet. Let's look at the evidence. Use these things to your advantage, okay? Caping for him, to me, is a bad move because it makes it seem like you now want to be the pieces of shit that get away with it. Is that what you want to be? It's not where I want to be. Right. So I really pray that he get through this in one piece. I hope it doesn't affect the rest of his family because they're all good people. I can't say what's going to happen with Empire. See, it's a cool show, But for people who are not involved, take a step back and go, what really happened here? And if you want to make it about saving him because he's black, I get that. But he did something very wrong. He just did, and he fucked himself up doing it. In other news, I know if you know I'm an iron worker. I install rebar for a living, right? Basically, what that does is reinforce the concrete so the building doesn't fall apart, the concrete doesn't crack, your floor stays stable and everything. And, you just can't bang through to the next floor and then you look at your neighbor's house. So that's what I do. And I make the building airplane proof too. If the airplane hits that column, it's going to wrap around the rebar column and the building won't even fall. It really is that serious. Science is awesome. And a union made sure that everybody has an 8-hour workday, fair wages, made sure that your children ain't working 16 hours a day alongside you, made sure you got a weekend, made sure you got overtime, all done by unions, you see what I'm saying? And recently the International came into our local, and since they inked the deal with Related, which is a non-union company owned by the man that owns the Jets, Hudson Yards is a really tall building. This would be like maybe 70-story building going up, big office building. They want us to work that job alongside non-union. We're not crossing that picket line. We're not going to do that. And the International came and bullied our local out, fired our business manager, Terry Moore, God bless him, and basically said that if we don't cross the line, we might end up getting absorbed by Local 580, which is across town on 42nd Street. They do ornamental work, which is windows and staircases and stuff like that. Absorb us, and guys might lose their money and lose their pension. I say to anybody out there working a construction job, an union job, come show your support for Local 46. We're located at 1322 3rd Avenue. That's on 3rd Avenue, right off of 76th Street. Can't miss us, okay? Come show your support. If you can, call the Ironworkers International and say, hey, why the hell have you fired the business manager for Local 46? Keep the pressure on them. If that secretary can answer a fucking phone, they can't conduct business. That's the name of the game. Stifle them up if you can. Not to say that it could happen to you, but solidarity means that we all stick together because we have one common goal, is to make sure that when we work, our families get the just due. You feel what I'm saying? It's a crazy situation, and like I said, I'm not crossing that picket line. I wouldn't dare do that to people because it's not right. But it's definitely an issue that should be on the minds of everybody, because if you're a union, this could affect you one day too. Giving back and all that, you never give anything back once you give something up. It's incredibly crazy. It affects people who've done one thing their whole life, and something that people generally believe in, like believing in their country. You can't fault people for believing in the union and believing in their country. You really can't. Can't fault them for that at all. In more brighter news, okay, boy R. Kelly had to turn himself in today. He got indicted today. Ain't y'all glad about that? All right, Mr. Booga 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 Booty. They gonna be looking at him like, yo, Booga Booga Booga, come here, Booga. He gave himself up today after being indicted this afternoon. So I don't think the boy gonna get no bail. He did that for PR reasons. Let me just turn myself in so they ain't gotta come looking for me and come tear up my whole fucking family and shit. But I doubt he getting that bail. But if that boy get that bail by some miracle of God, nigga, you better jump. Boy. Robert, listen to me. You better jump here. Talk to Jay-Z. He got 5 passports. He's never going to jail. Get the fuck out of Dodge, boy, because, my man, you ain't beating this one. Oh, no, you're not. You on camera, 14-year-old booty? 14-year-old boobies? What's wrong with you? Allegedly, of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. My litigious partner over here, my engineer. Allegedly. It's all allegations. Allegation scenario. So we gonna leave it at that. Shout out to S.STREET Media. Shout out to the good brothers Math and Sosa. I love this opportunity. I encourage anyone that has a voice and things to talk about, good positive things to come, jump on an opportunity, get yourself out there. Many people are using the S.STREET Media platform to further their own agenda, further their own businesses. And I want to thank y'all for this, man, for real. It's a good thing that you do, very revolutionary, because most ain't thinking this way. And once again, thinking outside the box in the crime. Follow those who are doing it right, and they're never going to steer you wrong. This is why these millionaires and billionaires keep on having these seminars to get you to understand what they're doing. There's no one else playing this game with them. They want more people to play the game with. Like, who doesn't want to be a billionaire? Like, knock it off. Don't listen to motherfuckers say you shouldn't be a billionaire. Because when you become a billionaire, that same person going to say, yo, can I get 10 grand? No, fuck you. We ain't opening up a boxing gym, and this ain't The Wire. Yo, I just need 10 G's, Avon. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving you shit. You feel me? So keep that positivity in mind. Whenever you see financial literacy, jump on it. Pull out a pen and pad. Bring your children to it. Develop the habit. Just do the best you can every single day. Just be better in every moment that you can. That's the message for today. Don't let these distractions get a hold of you. You got better things to do. You got a brighter light inside. Let it shine through. Whatever it was you call, talk to God, whoever, get that whole thing going, man. And, you know, God bless everybody for real. You know, we all got the right to be alive, and it's a beautiful thing. And I love y'all for your time. Peace out.